Hello everybody, Shadow here, and welcome back to Amarantus. We have been making pretty good progress thanks to the skip button, allowing us to go through things. Alright, Reckon is joining the party! Ah, no tattoo. Oh, hold on, wait, there was more to that. And maybe with intent. Okay, yeah, so they like burned their tattoo away or something. Okay. Well then, team, we should split up and show them what we've got. Who's got skills? Rand and I can probably take our own at scrap. You know, throwing some punches, fighting dirty. I'm afraid that sort of thing is of no use to me. However, Major, if you wouldn't mind, and if it is not overstepping, I would like to learn more about your rifle. I can share too. Share what specifically? How to murder helpless prisoners? Fingers crossed he means killing people. Your choice. Okay. I'm not sure how wise it is to leave Marius and Rand on their own. At the same time, if anyone can convince the Major to share her rifle, it's Mireille. I don't know whether it's the right time to play Reckon's game. It's up to you. So last time we went with Rand and Marius, so let's go ahead and go with the Major and Mireille. I'll go with the Major and Mireille. I'd like to learn whatever I can about that rifle. What, you've never seen one before? The only combat training I ever got was from Terry, his mother. And she's always been old-fashioned. Chivalry and all that. I think guns made her uncomfortable. Rand, maybe we could share some... You don't have anything I want. Give me a chance. I mean, I'm technically a Bellegarde, and I've still survived for the past however long. Oh, years and years and years. And no one's got the best of me yet. Failing that, I have a whole lot of respect for you, and I'm sure you could teach me a lot. Someone like you? Yeah, I could. Okay. Shall we head a little way away from the campsite, just in case? All right, let's go. I've never seen a gun before, not properly. Unlikely to again. You said you only had it because you were honorably discharged, so they're hard to come by. Seems like if you got temporarily incapacitated, it'd be a waste if none of us could use it. That may be Eric's motivation, but my options are more limited. If I can learn a new skill appropriate for my abilities, I'll take it. You can't take... I find money tends to overcome most of the difficulties that you are presently outlining. True. The Major hesitantly places the rifle into my hands, positioning my fingers carefully. Her hands have the slightest quiver. She comes to stand behind me, firm arms tight against mine. Eyes up. Brace it against the inside of your shoulder. Hands here and here. Fingers off the trigger. We're not wasting gunpowder. There's no need to be stingy. It's not so difficult to buy more. Not outside the forest, no. So, what did you do in the war to earn that honorable discharge? She doesn't owe you an answer. Taken prisoner. Fought us out, that's all. Ah. She adjusts my grip. You got discharged from the army, but stuck with this sort of work? Easy. Be armed, seem strong. Usually. We've had you kill for us. This is not the usual line of work. What do you do? I mean, typically. Mostly bodyguarding. Personal vendettas, guerrilla operations, independent endeavors, minor purposes. I see. Do you like it? It's... better. Simpler than anything else I could do. When we take down Caudit, a lot of your work's going to dry up. That's a fair point. The war will dry up. Conflict will continue. True. She doesn't have grand ambitions either, does she? It wouldn't bother her either way. Except she's not being paid to defend Caught It. Can I ask how you started? How did you begin? I was born into this, I suppose. I wanted to join the army. I did. Wanted to go somewhere new. Did. Had one set of skills. Used them. A long way away, and a long time ago. When did you first come here? 5 years ago. What about your home? You can't always be traveling. Anywhere stops being a home eventually. Oh, that's sad. Your turn, Patrone. Okay. Cool. Plant your feet. Lean into it. You said being a soldier is better. Better than what? I follow orders. I do not question. I do not think. I don't think. I don't want to issue orders like that. Your grip is too tight. Here. Oh. I don't want to give you orders. Not all the time. It's like you're not alive. Then you cast me adrift. Okay. I was alive when it mattered. I see. Why are you saying this? To me? Do you want me to feel cruel? I want nothing from you but a salary, Patrone. And the orders to earn it. What more can you do for me? Love! Mirai can do plenty. Huh? I mean, look, I don't quite get the nuance of whatever you two are talking about right now, but Mirai can do plenty. She's gotten us through so much. Capable and reliable and... Thank you, Eric. But there are some things I can't do. You want me to be strong for you. That's what people ask for. I don't want to be strong. I don't want anyone to be strong for me. I'm responsible for that myself. Then why am I here? It's a good question. Because you look how I feel. But they can all see you. She plants her cane into the ground, working it into the soft soil, and presses her weight into it. Even though you have this too, don't you? No. Ah, silly of me. I should say, isn't your decision to carry yourself like this just your version of this? She gestures to her cane. Why do you keep trying? Because because my hands are open to you. I am not one of your causes, Mirai. What? No, what? The look Mirai shoots me is 1/3 pleading, 1/3 upset, 1/3 maybe kind of mad or outraged. I clear my throat. What do you think Reckon's deal is? I think he is probably about to tell us. It doesn't do good to speculate. Let's go back to camp and find out. All right, cool. We meet back by the campfire as the sun sets. Cool. How did everyone go? Oh, we did really good. We were throwing punches around and we didn't do anything. You were stumbling around like a drunk while you were fantastic in action. You and I should go for a round sometime, Eric. Nah. No harm done here. The mechanisms of that machine are fascinating. Well, if no one else will say it, I will. You're not a revolutionary army, are you? You're not even a revolutionary. You're one of them, an Eckler, aren't you? Gross. Yes, you did work it out quite quickly. Well, the whole thinking thing. You did have me confused for a while, though, without the... when you people look for us, you only ever look for one thing. If you can't see it, you can't find us. I've never met an Eckler before. I have a question for all of you. Think it through carefully. The thinking means more than the answer. Okay. If you could aspire to anything, what would you want to be at the end of this? I want to rip the heart out of something. Something that will always be missing. That they'll always know is me. You'll tell him if I'm lying, huh? I just want to be someone better. There's probably all sorts of ways to do that. Too many to narrow down. You all know what I want. Cut it down. Off. The man gone and to bring in something new. I want my friends to make it home and safe and alive, and I'll give whatever I have to help them get there. True. Can't that be enough? Why must you always demand more? For things to be better for everyone who deserves better. That is all you'll have to say aloud. You'll have said aloud from me. Okay. All right. If I must, if I cannot keep my peace, then there is better work for these people. There are worse goals than ending the war. We've all answered. Does that mean you owe us your answer? No. For everything I offer, I must offer enough for sense to be found. All or none. I should not give half answers. I should not hide meaning. So I say you owe me the context of your answers. Huh? Why must we tell you? Surely you know. I'm rusty. What have you been told about the war against Eklau? Well, I mean, they're not really human, are they? I mean, as a nation, that's what people say. It's not how I think. I feel like reading this is pretty appropriate to do again, because it's kind of establishing everyone's motivations and sets our course for the future. So, how do you know you're human when you can't feel each other thinking? But we believe you have your strengths and uses. We wouldn't want to go to war for that. Is the war a money thing? Or a resources thing? They always end up being one of those. Mind you, our parents do always make everything money and a money and resources thing. During the reign of Lord Adair and his father, it was a resources thing. Eklau had so much land, so few people, but if Coddit wanted land for a growing population, he wouldn't be getting us all killed off. It's gotta be a power thing now. This is your country. Well, go on then if you know so much. Ekler, politician dead. Coddit responsible. That's not how I heard it. Not quite. I mean, probably loads of politicians dead and Coddit responsible. That's what happens in a war, right? It wasn't during the war. It was peacetime talks. And he wasn't the Lord yet. His father was. Ah, so before he beheaded Lord Adair. When he was our age. Before he claimed the throne, still splattered with blood. That's a story we had too. So he murdered the Ekler politician as practice? If it came first? Not far apart. News of Adair's beheading came first. Dead Ekler news in the background. Right. It's starting to ring a bell. Not a politician. She was an ambassador? Maybe. I was always told that she... Yes, she was. She'd been working with Lord Adair. The court said she'd given up and gone home. Then the news came from Eklau that she'd never even arrived. Eklau. That's what I said. I'm probably not saying either pronunciation right. Mirai always has been one of those people who can't quite get their mouth around the sound. When I see like the phonetic pronunciation thing, it just doesn't make sense in my brain. So I for words I am very much a listening sort of person. Like I need to hear it to really get it through my head on how it's pronounced. And even then, it can take a while. And then Lord Codit strides into the court, all bloodstained, sword drawn, takes his father's head and takes off his father's head and claims the throne, all in one fell swoop. Pare always took pride in the gory details. I think one of his people might have been in the city at the time. I always figured he was trying to scare us. That's a way of telling it. What's your way? Can you tell us even if you don't owe us? She's a martyr in Aklau. In the history books. Very saintly. Picturesque? No. Wrong word, but the type. Virginal? Naive. Pacifist. Pure of heart? Perfect. Our war is fought under her banner, which makes your job easier. Does it? Yeah, it does. For Aklau, the war's not about Richard as much as it's about Codit. No more Codit, no more war. We get space to change. All he has to do is to end the whole war is take himself out. Drive to survive can be powerful. Can fail you. Didn't fail him, just screwed us over. True. Do you fight under her banner? No. Did you know her? If she's dead, we deserve to know how she died. And I promised our father I'd bring home whatever I could find. You think she's still here? Something of her must be. We've lost everything she was to everything they've made her mean. We need something of our own. She wasn't any of those things, was she? Naive or pure or perfect or anything. Saintly. She was an ass. Right. She was only... How old are you? 22. Your age. A little younger. Her name? Oh, wait, say that again? There were some vowels in there that made my brain tingle. Sounded like Marin to me. I knew a Marin once. Close enough. Right. I have to sit down. How long have you been here? You have the right of it. Not quite 10 years. 7? It didn't happen here, did it? I came here through the port nearby. Started to collect information. People would come through, people who were at court that day, or had heard what had caught it and kill off all the witnesses. Stupid. Leaving people alive who watched him behead his own father. That's about building strength. Building a mythology. We need something like that. You want to march right up and take off his head right in front of everyone? I don't want to kill him. That's not enough. I want to see him taken to pieces. To face his own failures and his own weaknesses. And have it shatter him. And you want to do it so dramatically? We'll decide that when we get there. But for now I can tell you this. Together, all 6 of us, we've got everything he couldn't suspect. Everything we need. Everyone. Are you all in? Starting to suspect I might follow you anywhere, Eric. Yes, absolutely. You have me. Yes. I'll speak with Mireille. Meeting adjourned. Okay. I go after Mireille. She's not hard to find. I believe we've seen this. He makes me uncomfortable. Okay. He's not trying to. No, and it's not malicious. He can't help it. But that's not what I want to talk about. Weird way to talk about something. Walking off. I only needed a moment. Fair. I look at him, Eric, and it makes me scared for you. I look at him and I can almost see who you're heading to grow up to be. He even sounds like you a bit. Have you noticed? He says caught it like you do, drawing out the vowels. Can't get his mouth around the CK. I'm not him. He murdered those soldiers, and now he wants us to feel responsible for his choice. I won't be made responsible, Eric. Then don't let yourself be. That's your way of taking control of the situation. Let it go. And who is responsible for the horrible things that you've done? You're gonna have to be more specific. Those soldiers that you killed. Seriously? We only killed 2. They were killed on your order, Eric. Don't you dare blame my major or Rayanne for that. And worse, it came so out of nowhere. You were doing the smart thing, playing it safe, coming to me for shelter when things were wrong. And suddenly, you're ordering my major to completely unnecessarily... I'm sorry, your major? Are you pulling rank on me now? I resent that. I'm sorry. I have no right to... I'm sorry. Interesting how this is going versus the previous time. This is stupid. You keep saying that you can understand my reasons, but you can't understand me. You've decided you're staying with me, for me, whatever. So take responsibility for that. Look, is there anything else you want to talk about? Oh, Eric, I'm not sure I want to talk to you at all. Okay. Let's just skip forward. I want to make sure we're making progress. Oh, gosh. Eric? Ah! Oh, can't sleep? Where have you been? I said I was going to talk to Mireille. She'll be back. She'll be right. You don't care. Nope. How long have you two known each other? Shit, 10 years? I suspect we're starting to grow apart. We've come a long way from tea parties and book club. Guess it's a trade-off. You get me. Speaking of which, all that talk about murder got me rowdy. You in the same sort of mood? Oh, good gravy. Oh, good gravy. Hold up. Hold on. Is there another achievement tied to this? Am I going all in on Fran? I mean, I suppose technically... Sorry, I was looking at the achievements. There's one that says, Wingman, Mireille, and the Major. Oh, I do want to do that. So... I suppose there are... there's achievements for romancing every single character. I guess we're already on this path. I guess we might as well. You know I'm not gonna say no. I never assume anything. I get to my feet. Your tent or mine? Do you have a tent? I haven't used it, but sure, right here. She takes a look at my tent, beside the fire, and then she looks over at hers, offset in its own little corner of silence. Your pick. Your tent or mine? Let's go yours. I think it'll have to be yours. 1 tent of sin is probably best for now. If you think that's the only tent of sin here, you're eventually in for a sad awakening, mate. What does that mean? What is that? What do you know? That wasn't bad. Sure. Wow, thanks. That's not on you, mate. That was us. I like being us. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Okay, now get out. Get out. It's too warm in here. Okay. That's what I get for picking her tent. True, true. Fair enough. Okay. I know there's nothing either of us can do about this, but sometimes I really wish I could opt out of this, just for one night. I bet she wishes that too. Right. Marion, we got him. Ah, you caught it? No, geez, no. That's a bit off yet. It's only been like a week. The man in the forest. You said he was what we needed. Someone who could be what they needed me to be. The Eckler. Yes. And you were right about that, too. He is Eckler. But if he ever had a tattoo, the scar covers it up. Maybe he had to hide it. True. True. Disgusting. What? You've always said they're just people. If you saw a person who'd cut their own eyes, you'd be disgusted. Cut out their own eyes, you'd be disgusted too. I suppose that's fair. I'd assume they had a very good reason. But he is Ackler, and I think he might actually like us? I don't know. He's kind of a lot. He went from being creepy and standoffish to getting into the details of his whole life story real fast. Like he was our enemy, and now he's our bestest friend, and he's skipped every step in between, you know? Do those steps exist? He went from not liking you to quite liking you, but the entire time, he's known all of you inside out. There is no getting to know you phase. I suppose that's fair. So once he decided that he liked us, there was no reason to hold anything back, because we can't hold anything back from him. I suppose. Okay, makes sense. I'm wondering what, like, the entire point of this whole thing is gonna be. Like, where is these dream sequences basically going? He had some interesting things to say about the war. This all started when someone went missing. Oh. Are you going to find them? I don't know. Are we? It wouldn't be a good use of your time. They're probably dead by this point. Sad as it is, I don't see how it's relevant. Huh. True, true. Everything is... what was I saying? I don't know. Never mind. Okay. Cool. So we have like another training day, don't we? Okay. Major and Ran, Reckon and Mireille. I already did that. I've been neglecting Marius. I'm going to have to go for Marius this time. What would I be doing without you? After the stuff I heard about you and Rand getting up to yesterday, I'm intrigued. Let me put my hands on it one time. I get what's going on. Come on, you're pretty transparent. I'm not judging you. I get exactly how you feel. You may be reading into my choice too closely. Obviously, fighting like me is going to be handy. All you need is one hell of a drive to survive, and an absence of pride. And yet, you don't come straight to me. You go to the Major instead. I'm not judging you. Like I said, I get it. You're avoiding Rayanne, right? Nah. Oh. You couldn't have let me imagine I was some sort of ace detective. More like Marius, ace defective. What evidences are you going on? Yesterday you went with Rickon. This time you picked me. I.e., you picked both options that let you avoid Rayan. It sounded smart in my head. Wait, what? Wait, what the? Marius, what are you talking about? Yesterday I picked the major and Mire. It sounded smart in my head. You can just outright... We're sleeping together. No, I'm not avoiding her. Oh, okay. I've seen the way she goes after you. Figured you didn't want to pull all three of us together. Hey, maybe you didn't want to share her with me. That would have been fair. Fuck it, let's do what we're here to do. I need to throw a couple of punches. Maybe at your face, maybe not. Where'd you learn how to punch? Where do you think? I might not have Bellegarde tattooed on my forehead, but I've been around for a while now. Either you make yourself less of a target, or you let them think you're a target and wait till they realize you're worthless. I'd place good money on what you want. Right, show me what you got. It turns into a full-out friendly brawl from there. Although, watch your stance. You're letting me fists closer together and higher, or I can elbows in. He seems to enjoy turning it into a teaching opportunity. Okay, cool. Thanks. I needed that. Fucking same. Once I catch my breath. Good shit. Cool. It's getting late by the time everyone makes it back to the campsite, and we're looking a little short on numbers. This is probably a pretty good place to stop. So next time, we will continue. I believe we should be making it to the boat next time. I feel like that's pretty close. If I remember correctly, though it has been a week. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for now. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know down in the comments below and maybe leave a like. And if you want to catch the next episode as it comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe. But for now, that's it. So, see ya!